Hello and welcome to Masters of Disney Adventures. In this episode we'll be basically giving you a full review of the Premier Inn Bath Road. We did actually do a little one within our update vlog a few weeks ago, well a few months ago in fact, but we thought we'd do a little bit more of an in-depth look of all around the Premier Inn and what we think of it and the pros, the cons of staying here. Obviously this is probably one of the best priced hotels in the area. As you know, most of you know the Premier Inn brand. You get what's familiar to you. It's pretty much the same wherever you go. The other one is the Travelodge, which is further up the road. It's pretty much equally priced. It tends to be a little bit of a tussle with the price. Sometimes the Travelodge can be cheaper, sometimes the Premier Inn can be cheaper. So it's a case of looking on the dates when you want to travel to get the best price. But pretty much overall they're both the cheapest on the road. The Premier Inn is a little bit closer to Heathrow Airport itself, so if that's the thing for you, then obviously that's something to consider. It's also next door to the Purple parking, so if you're using that, that's again something to consider, but we'll show you that as the video goes on. So starting off with, obviously here's the entrance where you come in, and we've then got a digital safe, which is obviously handy for most of you who want to keep valuables for the night before, and ample storage in terms of a wardrobe for hanging things up. You get about how many is there? About six or so, yeah, 6 hangers, and then you've got additional storage here just for sticking the odd case in. Of course another case can go down there if you need to. I believe this is another
extra pillows bit.
Yeah, possibly another pull out bed, I don't know. Yeah, and some more storage on the top there, and of course the all important tea and coffee making facilities. Currently at the moment you have to ask at reception if you're staying additional nights for extra tea and coffee, but they do happily provide that if you need to. And of course you get 2 cups and 2 glasses, and then another equally important thing is a hairdryer already included. Quite a good hairdryer, would you say, Katie?
Yeah, it dries my hair quicker than the one at home does.
Oh, there we go.
I need me a Premier Inn hairdryer and a Premier Inn bed.
And then of course you've got good working facilities. There is one slight drawback. There's one plug there which the telly is currently plugged into, and the other one which is the hairdryer is plugged into. Obviously you can unplug those as you're required, and also the kettle, but they are literally the only plugs in the room.
Yeah.
And the other snag is, if you can see, not a lot of place to feed the flex around. So if you've got something with a rigid rubber-ended flex,
like my hair straighteners,
yeah, then you might struggle a little bit. You might have to use the kettle on there. So that's that. You got the telephone, which I've never used a hotel telephone in all my life, but Samsung television. It's got all the digital terrestrial channels on them. What's that, about a 50 inch, 20 inch I think, 22 inch TV. 15, yeah. Then got a good mirror and a me. And obviously the chair at the desk, so if you're doing your makeup or work or whatever, it's quite a good handy place. You've got this little cushion bit, so if this extra bed, which I'll show you in a minute, backs up as a sofa, you can just put that on behind you, and then a good tall, not quite floor to ceiling, but as you can see by Alithia, you can equally see head to toe when you stand in front of it. Currently we've got a courtyard view, so it's not the most spectacular, but there are airfield views where you can see the British Airways hangars, and of course then you've got the front and side views as well. So you can actually phone ahead when you book on Premier Inn, Premier Inn's own website. They actually do provide you with a number that you can call reception if need to. If you want to request like an airfield view or any type of particular room, then you can ring ahead. I suggest you ring ahead as soon as you can, at least like 2 weeks in advance. I would suggest is probably the golden time, not too much earlier than that or not too much later, to avoid being disappointed. currently we've booked a family room and we have a Katie. Obviously when you book you do actually specify how many of you are staying. So obviously we've got one child, so they've set out this bed for the use for our little one, which Alithia says was nice and comfy, wasn't it, Alithia?
Yeah.
Nice comfy bed. Yeah, she enjoyed it. She slept well. And we've then got the usual standard Premier Inn type bed, which was also quite comfy, wasn't it?
It's quite high up, but it's really comfy.
Yeah, like most hotels, they are quite high up, so but still a good night's sleep. We tend to get a good night's sleep whenever we come here. We come here quite a lot, so yeah, it's quite a nice bed. But like I say, it's if you're familiar with the Premier Inn brand, then you're pretty much familiar with this bed because they're all pretty much the same. And then moving on, finally. Oh, by the way, I'll just show you what lighting. So we've got individual lamps, which are quite nice, or you can access the main room lighting as well. So I'll just show you that. So you've got that lamp and that light that comes on there. So yeah, all very good. And then finally, concluding our room tour with the bathroom. So you obviously got toilet and the standard sink. And with all Premier Inns, you get these little hand soaps that are included. So if you forget them, that's handy. And also you've got the shaver points inside. And the shower, yeah, usual standard Premier Inn shower. Say the same wherever you go. And of course hair and body gel included. And ample towels, which are also really good. And also, like most hotel rooms, you've got the air conditioning, which you can control. So obviously you've got your fan speed here, which you can select and it comes on automatically. So obviously it clicks depending on the current temperature, clicks on and off. So you can either set it to heat if you want it nice and warm, or obviously cool if you want it nice and cool, of course. And as you can probably hear, they're not the most quietest of units. I don't think any of them are really, but yeah, if you can't sleep without it, then yeah, it's probably worth it. So whilst on the subject of family rooms and extra beds, we also noticed there's an extra bed which can be pulled out, which obviously you can have additional duvets and whatnot, as modelled by Katie. So obviously if there's like a family of 4, then that's ideal too. So we have a handy little sofa for literally sitting watching the planes if you want. So it's just a nice place to chill out in the quiet and enjoy the views. There's the entrance, so you're right above it, and there's one upstairs as well, exactly the same sofa, and also you can see the lobby behind. So here's the lobby area then, here's where you come in, and over here you've got obviously customer toilets, and here's the Costa, and there's like a bar there, bar area where you can obviously sit and have a few drinks. And as you can see here, the bar area is quite cosy. There's a mixture of different tables and chairs for drinking those pub drinks and snacks. And as we head into the rooms area, you've got some vending machines here, which are always handy. A few travel extras there, travel adapters, batteries, brush, all sorts. And this is where all the lifts are, and the downstairs room. A handy little tube map should you need it, and some travel information as well as menus. And then this information on your hand baggage, which is really good of them. So thumbs up Premier Inn for that. There's the current opening times for the Costa and the breakfast, as well as the travel information. There's more rooms on this side as well. And then you've got the Time restaurant, and also There's an open eating area as well as eating inside. Again, all closed at the moment, but it's a really nice restaurant. Definitely worth trying while you're here. The Time restaurant itself is quite charming. You can sit inside the restaurant or in the outer lobby area, which is both quite nice in the evening. The menu itself is quite extensive with spicy food, and burgers and pizzas and all the pub classics, which is a really good range. And here's the check-in area where you have the automated check-in desk as well as a manned check-in desk down there. The hotel itself is quite easy to get to by car with ample parking, although if you're unfamiliar with the area I would recommend using a sat-nav. For public transport purposes, there are other Heathrow hotels from Premier Inn covering other terminals. For example, there is one covering Terminal 5 and also one covering Terminal 4. Bath Road is perfectly placed for Heathrow's Terminals 2 and 3. However, if you're travelling by car, then obviously you can access any of the terminals from this hotel. Whilst on the subject of travelling by car, parking is £12 per night. So we're out in the car park area of the Premier Inn. As you can see, there is plenty of parking. It goes on all the way down there. I would say on busier peak travelling times, towards the evening, it does fill up quite significantly. The earlier you get here, the better, obviously, but that's the same with any hotel. But yeah. Also, on the subject of parking, there is, as you can see, purple parking just next door, which is rather handy if you're parking there. So, great location really, and as you can see, that's how close you are to Heathrow Airport. And these are the sort of views you get if you're staying in one of those rooms just there, which we stayed in on our first visit once, and yeah, trust me, the views are pretty good if you're into aviation, or just to get in the spirit of flying away. And one thing we love about here is the benches. You can just sit out and relax and watch the planes go by. Get some food and drink in and just enjoy yourself. So that's it for the review. Hope you enjoyed it and hope it helped you out. Definitely we'll give this a good thumbs up, this place. We've come here many a times and we will in future. For us it's just a great start to any future jetting away from Heathrow Airport that we do. So yeah, definitely well recommended. Do check it out. I'll put the link in the description so you can easily get to their website. Yeah, so all that's to say is thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you liked this video then like and subscribe. We hope to see you for the next video.